Alright, let's do this. Sorry about that, folks. I was having some mic problems. Streamlabs just wasn't detecting my mic. So, um, let me know if you can't hear me for any reason, and I'll see what I can do about it. It seems okay now. Alright, we've got Helltide. Get one of these. Okay, where's the best route? Best route would be starting from here, and we're gonna work our way down. Just check that everything's okay. Yeah, everything looks good. Right, let's do this. No, I should have come from the bottom up instead of the top down. Almost a full Helltide. Which I'm pretty sure it still feels like Helltide gives more XP than Chain Running Nightmares. Oh, I don't like this event. Just not enough density in this event. Oh wait, I have crossplay on, don't I? I can feel the lag. For some reason, whenever I turn cross-network play on, I get an average of maybe 30 to 50 higher MS than if I had it off. Almost consistently. It's a little bit annoying. Check. That all looks good. Okay, let me zoom in on this map. Right. Oh, it's actually been a while since I've gotten this Helltide in this area. Anyway, as the title says, plan for today. I've got maybe just under 2 hours to stream because my kids are over at the in-laws. But yeah, hopefully I can get 85, if not 86. Really need to get some grind time in. I haven't been able to play much at all this week.
Wouldn't have made it without you. Watch out!
So I see that from what I hear, the hot fixed the barber to not affect folks that are around you. That's got to be a welcome change for a lot of people running barbers, or at least the ones that are not running barbers, because it's really only annoying for those on the receiving end, where you get damage taken away from you. know, was it a scenario where there was some players kind of abusing it in groups to get way more damage or something like that? I had heard something like that. Which I guess makes sense if you are absorbing the damage from the entire group. Hey, what's up, D-Master? How's it going? Let me know if you can hear me alright, because I'm having a little bit of mic problems today. Wow, the event actually didn't bug. I don't know, recently I've been having an issue where if you have the orange triangles and the event spawns, I don't get the orange circle, right? So sometimes I don't even know if the event spawns. I don't know if they fixed it or not. It only really happened, I guess, since Season 1. I only really noticed that issue in Season 1. Oh, the bug is still there. Oh, the stupid... it happens with all my weapon mastery skills. They really need to fix this bug. It's so annoying. Sounds good? Alright, cool. Yeah, I had to kind of end the stream and restart it before I even began because the Streamlabs just wasn't detecting my mic at all earlier. Wait, not in the event zone yet. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So folks have been saying that, like, Helltides are not worth it since pretty much launch, and I know they buffed Nightmare Dungeons midway through pre-season, and they buffed Nightmare Dungeons like twice, but for some reason, even as recent as just before Season 1 started, I still felt that I guess from a raw XP, if you're not really focused on farming loot at all, if you're just doing it from a raw XP perspective, I still feel that Helltides are at least equal to, if not better, than Chain Running Nightmares. I guess it also depends on what level of Nightmare you're running. Wait, why isn't my vulnerable proccing? Oh, that's better. I suppose even if there was a difference, it might be minimal. Even if it was in the favor of Nightmare Dungeons. I still kind of need to do the Helltides though, because, you know, Forgotten Souls and everything. And also Helltide is like a good excuse for me to, you know, sometimes they drop, what do you call that, elixir materials, the plants and whatever stuff. So it's a good excuse for me to get out there and actually farm some stuff, because I don't get any of that in a Nightmare Dungeon. And obols too, obols. I need a better helm. The helm I'm using right now is good, but it's not ideal for the build that I'm using. Okay, do I want to go back? Oh, I missed this one. Anyway, let's see whether it respawned. Hey Swift. I love the GeoGang videos. Yeah, I mean, I think really what got me into Geo as an element was pretty much Noel, right? Because I was a Noel main. I've heard from some of the other guys on stream that recently, or at least since I stopped playing, they kind of isolated Geo as an element. It kind of only reacts with itself and stuff like that. It no longer reacts with any other element. Is that true? Hello? Oh, I've run out of elixirs before. Well, I mean the crappy ones, you know, like not the ones that I actually use for pushing. If I really wanted to push, yeah. But the real crappy ones that I kind of equip just randomly whilst I'm grinding. Oh, why do you have to be ranged, man? This event needs to not spawn ranged mobs. I swear. I'm just gonna stand there until everything spawns. Oh. Really? Just casually strolling away from me. Nothing major happened to Joe, just that most of the new Joe characters are focusing on. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so they didn't exactly change anything, they just kind of made it such that the Geo characters just focused more on themselves. I thought they actually changed the way the element worked. So many mini bosses. It just feels bad, man. That was a Bone Spear Necro, right? It's like I gotta do all this setup, 3 basic attacks, you know, get my weapon mastery skill off, and then go into a whirlwind, and the Necro just strolls by and just goes Bone Spear, and everything dies. Ah, right. So, did we? So when I stopped, there wasn't. I know there was Dendro, right? Dendro was a new element. Did we get any other new elements besides Dendro? Wait, is this guy gonna fail? This guy failed the event. What? What level are you? How do you fail this event? And I assume, considering Dendro is the newest, or well, at least newest element, is it the most OP element? Oh gosh, this mount, man, so trash. I need to turn crossbow off. There's so much desync going on right now on my screen. Ooh, Sapphire, I need those. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of expected, right? To have whatever new thing at least be the meta or close to the meta. You know, it's a business, right? They gotta sell. They gotta sell stuff. So, here are my bags. What is my ping? Okay, well, I guess I'm in town, so that won't really change. Gotta see my ping when I get back in there.
I can break that down.
Strength, attack speed. Waste. Vulnerable. Movement speed.
You can still use these.
Masters.
Akarat's blessings on you, traveler. I suppose I could take that off your hands.
Oh, hell yeah. Paladin main? Yep. So, yeah, so when it comes to the Diablo franchise, it's kind of 50-50. You could call me a Barb main, you could call me a Paladin main. I've played as much Paladin as I have played the Barbarian. So, yeah, but if I had to pick between Paladin and Barbarian, I'd say 100% Paladin is my preferred class. So I was actually quite sad that that Diablo 4 didn't launch with the Paladin. I guess it does make sense why it didn't launch. Paladin would be the next most popular class, and they'd want to save something so that they can sell expansions. I guess maybe it's coming in a new expansion. I just hope that they bring the Paladin back as a proper Paladin, because not some half-baked Crusader nonsense, right? But I don't know. The Crusader was pretty popular in D3, so that variant of the Paladin is probably going to be what they bring back. I just felt that the Crusader was a lot more clunky to play than the Diablo 2 Paladin. But yeah, definitely Paladin main. As soon as the Paladin comes out, yeah, it's Paladin all the way from me. Unless they royally screw up the Paladin class, which is the way things are going, it's a possibility. Like, I even mained a Paladin in Lost Ark. So, yeah, Paladin is definitely the preference. I thought that guy was going to take care of this mob. Apparently not. Polar Sapphire, okay. Oh, wait, let me just check the time. No, it's nowhere near a chest reset, so I guess I can just continue farming. So 37 minutes. Ooh. Okay, 37 minutes. It's 5:38. So that's 22 minutes. I have time for 3 chests. Right? I grab these 2. And then I have probably 10 minutes or so. 15 minutes to grab the 3rd chest. Where's this chest? Oh, it's so far away. Let me go north then. I'll go north. And I'll grab this event here. Then I'll go grab the chest. Yeah, it's better, but really breaking down loot, or at least my approach to breaking down loot is just, do I need gold or not, right? If I don't need gold, I'm just salvaging everything. If I do need gold, if I need gold urgently, I sell everything, obviously, right? But what I usually tend to do right now when I kind of want to balance things out is I will, like this, I would salvage it, right? I will sell all all two-handed weapons that I don't need, ancestral two-handed weapons, and I'll sell any legendary weapon that I find because the sell price is good. But then I will break down any non-weapon legendaries and everything else. So that's my approach to it, right? You know, because the reroll cost on items is really high, especially now, right? I would say I am somewhat in the stage where I'm optimizing my gear, not so much gear hunting anymore. Like the only piece I really need to gear hunt for right now would be my helm. Other than that, I think most of my other pieces are okay.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Go grab that chest. Where's that chest? Chest is here. Yeah, so I only sell specific legendaries, mainly weapons, because the weapon legendaries sell really well. 1 second, I got a text message from my wife. Right. Looks like my stream time just got cut short. Or it's gonna get cut short. Just give me a second, let me reply. Let's see. Alright, this side of the map is really bad for events. I gotta go back south. What time is it? It's 5:42, which means I have 18 minutes. To get 151, so that I can hopefully get a third chest. I'm not sure if I can get the third chest though. 250, ouch. I can't stand it when mobs just, mobs like that, they just kind of move back slowly just out of whirlwind range, because whirlwind slows your movement speed. Oh, it's so annoying, man. And they just kind of stay out of range the whole time, and you could just run your entire resource bar down without even hitting the mob, right? what would be my top 5 characters in this game, as in a tier list of which classes I think is the best to the worst. Is that what you're asking? Come on now. There's no event. Maybe I need to reset this, go back to town, come back. No worries, man. Okay, so I guess the two ways to kind of answer this question. There is what I think the tier list, so to speak. I don't really like tier lists, but if I had to choose, the first way is where I think the classes rank in terms of power, and then the other way is where I rank the classes in terms of my personal preference, how much I like the classes. So in terms of power, I'd say Necro, Bone Spear Necro. It's got to be probably the top, and then Rogue and Druid. I guess between the Rogue and the Druid, it depends on what you're doing, right? But I think the Druid maybe beats it out a bit. Then again, I don't play these classes, so I don't really 100% know. And then I would say it's post 1.1.1, which is coming this Tuesday. I would say then I would put the Sword. I don't really know, and I think no one really knows at the moment how good the changes for the Sorcerers will be. I've heard that it looks decent. So if it is in any way, if the Sorcerers changes in 1.1.1 are in any way positive for the Sorcerers, I would put the Sorcerers above the Barbarian, because the Barbarian changes in 1.1.1 are just pretty much terrible, right? So that would be my list. It would be Necro on top, followed by either Rogue or Druid, then Sorc, then Barbarian. In terms of the classes I like the most, in terms of my preference, how much I like the classes, of the 5 that are currently out, I would say Barbarian for sure will be the top. Then maybe Necro, specifically a pet Necro, a minion Necro. And then I would say maybe Druid, then Rogue, then Sorc. I like Sorceress the least of all the classes in Diablo. Oh, is it full? Oh, it's full. Okay, better go clear this up. Yeah, so Barbs, Necro, Rogue, Druid, and Sorc. Only because I would rank Sorc higher, but I'm not, because I feel that the way Diablo 4 designed the Sorceress class, I don't like the way they designed the class. I don't like the way the Sorceress class plays in Diablo 4. I think it doesn't do the class justice, if you get what I mean. They change the way Sorcs play. The range at which they engage targets. You know, I always felt that Sorcs were like, you know, they're a range class, right? So you should be able to spend most of your combat time at a certain distance without ever having to get near the target. But at least from what I hear from my friends who main Sorcerers, there's a lot of standing outside, going back in, and then coming back out and going back into melee range and coming back out. And I don't really like that playstyle. I don't think it suits the Sorceress class. Bleeding enemy deals... Oh, Skullbreaker. Don't like that. Damaging elite. No. 4 seconds. Okay, it's a perfect roll, so I'm keeping that. What is 666 item power plus 2 to everything? What is this, a meme item?
There's that. I can break that down.
Wait. Did I just get 2 perfect skull breakers in a row?
Yeah, give it over.
Let's check the vendor real quick. No, nothing. Yeah, so yeah, the 1.1.1 patch seemed to make a lot of good changes for the sock. Then again, no one has tried it, so it's all theory crafting right now. But at least, oh, what am I doing? I forgot to go to the obols guy. From what I hear from my friends who main sock, the changes do look good. Whether it brings the sock up to the necro level or the druid level, I don't think so. I think they will need to change a lot to bring any class to the necro level, right? So yeah, but at least I would think that the changes would at least bump the sock up to a reasonable level, where the barbs are really sad right now, right? So socks and barbs were right now, before 1.1.1, socks and barbs are really sad. They're in a super sad state, and then it's like a huge gap, and then you have rogue, druid, and necro up top, right? So that's the kind of the way the game is right now. So 1.1.1 might bring the sock up into that bunch, might not make it meta, but it might bring it up, and then barbs will be left at the bottom, right? Which is, again, what?
Don't be a stranger.
See, I can't concentrate when I'm talking. Not that I mind, but I'm running to the wrong NPC. Oh no, this is ridiculous. Yeah, so barbs are in a really bad spot, but I hope the changes fix the sock at least. Okay, I need these.
It seems your it seems your prayers have been answered.
Please give me something decent. Okay, I don't think I'm going to make it for the 3rd chest. For 3 chests, I'll probably only get 2 for this hell type.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
Okay, let's see. Numbing Wrath. What a low roll. Really? Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this just because it's pretty decent. The death blow ranks are important, but they're not that important. It's got a strength roll and it's got total armor, so it's decent. I'm keeping this one. I don't need this. Again, another Numbing Wrath that is a total trash roll. What's this? Okay. I swear, this aspect is so bad. At least on a barb, it's really bad. I don't know
I can
why
break that down.
it exists. Total armor cooldown. Nah. This is a perfect roll, so I don't mind. Barrier. Nope.
fine addition to my inventory.
You mean triple barb in preseason? Yeah, so that's the thing, right? You really do need to be geared to the teeth. Oh, hello. Where did that... Is this the one? They really should make that looted into your inventory instead of your stash. Because it just kind of gets lost in there. Yeah, so comparatively to, or relative to the other classes, you do have to be extremely well geared on a barbarian to get anywhere. Even right now, in Season 1, after they nerfed a lot of the Nightmare dungeons. Yeah, if I do believe that it will be easier to clear a Nightmare 1, much easier to clear a Nightmare 100 right now in Season 1. But I still believe that I would, if I were to attempt a tier 100, I would need to be geared to the teeth to do it.
Look out! Stop them!
But at least the positive thing about Season 1 is I think it at least is possible right now. For a lot of, it's more possible to clear a tier 100 for a lot of different barb builds, which is a positive. It's just that relative to other classes, it's still not good. Right? Like I know there was a Ulf Hedna, the streamer. He does 100 clears on his hybrid. I think it was Hota and Upheaval. He uses 2 core skills and no generator or no basic skill, and he's cleared tier 100s with it, so that's a good sign for build diversity, at least for barbarians, right? But really, with the nerf to Nightmare Dungeon difficulty, I just don't see any classes actually having problems in tier 100 beyond a certain point. Right? I think every class should be able to clear tier 100 at this point. And if they can't, well, something's really wrong. Oh, look at this bug. This is so bad. So basically what happens is, right, let's say we have a mob like that has the ability to knock you down. Okay, so, and let's say the knockdown is supposed to last for 1 second or for 2 seconds. If I get knocked down and I pop Unstoppable, so 2 problems. If I get knocked down and pop Unstoppable right after that, Unstoppable doesn't do anything. It doesn't break me out of the knockdown. It breaks me out of everything else except the knockdown. The second problem is, if I happen to use a mobility skill like Lunging Strike or use any of my weapon mastery skills, and for some reason if that skill hits just as I get knocked down, that knockdown lasts like 4 seconds or something, right? So it's, and I just get stuck in that one position. I'm standing, it bugs out, it doesn't show me being knocked down on the ground. I'm just standing like this and I can't move for like 4 seconds, right? Like what you saw happening just now. It's so annoying. Yeah, this bug has been here since launch, and obviously it only became more apparent as I got to level 100 in pre-season. But once I got there and started actually pushing, yeah, I realized that this knockdown bug, and it occurs very often with you know, the big Pudge guys that charge you, and yeah, the undead Pudgy guys. They charge you and they have a knockdown when you damage them. They have a knockdown when you die. Yeah, basically they have like 3 different kinds of knockdowns, and that's when I noticed this was happening. Right? I'd get knocked down, I'd pop Unstoppable, and it just wouldn't do anything. It would stand my character up like it does, as if it was removing the knockdown. So my character would stand up after I pop Unstoppable, but I wouldn't be able to move for like 2 seconds. Right? And if I happen to use a weapon mastery skill or a lunging strike or something, my character just gets flat out stuck there for like 4 seconds. I think the best change they announced in the entire campfire was the fact that they are going to make mounts break through barricades. Oh, so annoying. Barricades. Yeah, so that one mob type, I say Pudge because it reminds me of Pudge in Dota, right? So those pudgy guys, if you deal a certain amount of damage to them, they can knock you down. When they die, they release an explosion that knocks you down. When they charge at you, you get knocked down, right? So one mob has 3 different knockdowns. It's super annoying, right? And then of course you have the snakes that actually stun you. And now with in season 1, I don't know if you know, but in season 1 they changed the rotation of nightmare dungeons. They changed the pool of nightmare dungeons, meaning pre-season, whenever you got a sigil, you would get a sigil that takes you to a select one of the select few nightmare dungeons. It wasn't all the dungeons. And in season 1 they changed that rotation. And the dungeons on this rotation are really cancer. Like, you've got, like, some of the dungeons have like the worst mob types in the same dungeon. Like, there are dungeons with red ghosts, wraiths, and hornets in the same dungeon. It's so bad, right now. So it's really bad nightmare rotation, if you ask me. At least from a barbarian's perspective. I'm not sure how other classes feel about it, but from a melee perspective, having hornets and wraiths in the same dungeon is a no-go. It's just instant death. I need to check my text messages from my wife. What? Oh, okay. Looks like looks like my stream's not getting cut short, and I just dismounted myself for no reason, so I have a cooldown on my mount. Nice. And then right after I mount a mini boss drops. Yeah, so every class, and particularly melee classes, you just feel it really badly when you have wraiths and hornets in one season, in one dungeon. It's so bad. Okay, where's that chest? Closest chest is... Oh, I'm actually pretty close to it right now. This it? Yeah, this is it. And what's with all the sacred items? Okay, so I'm not going to finish out that Helltide 10 more minutes. I'm not going to achieve anything in the 10 minutes. I'm just going to go do nightmares.
I can break that down.
Keep this. Dire Whirlwind. It's a 21. Probably not. Oh, I have too many of these
There's
already.
that. You can still use these.
Proper tools of vengeance. Have a look.
Okay, I think it's worth farming Vashan. I do think, to a certain extent, it is worth it. It really depends on your class, right? If your class has the ability to do it real fast, like it is not really worth it for barbarians to do it, I feel, because we just kill the boss a bit too slowly. Ooh, wow. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I feel that we kill
That's
the
a
boss
deal.
a little bit too slowly. So it's not that it gives us any it gives me any problems, but I can kill Vashan no problem. But I just kill him a bit too slowly. It's a bit less efficient. I'd rather just grind higher nightmares, but yeah, it really depends on your class. And also whether you need stuff
Enjoy
like
the swamp.
the barber and stuff, right? Because you can obviously farm for Wrathful Hearts on the way to doing Vashan. It's the same. I don't know if it's changed yet, but if nothing has changed, it's still the same preferred area to run, which is the Ravening Pit, I believe. That's the one that everyone runs, and that's really easy. You just run one circle. You check all the elites to see whether any of them are wrathful, and then you go straight. You know, open the locked door, and then you go kill Vashan, right? So it's not too bad. It's actually a pretty efficient farm, if you ask me.
Save me.
All right, let's see. I've got way too many elixirs here.
Haven't we given enough?
I have no more space, man. This is so bad.
60 years I toiled, and for what? You promised salvation.
Okay, whatever.
Give me what I'm owed, damn it!
As if any class would say no to Barber. Hey, man, you know, honestly, yeah, for the vast majority of classes and builds, yeah, Barber is good, but there are some builds and Barbarian, there are some variants of Barbarian builds as well that might actually do better without the Barber. It really depends, right, on the build. A vast majority of them do better with the Barber. I know there are some builds that the Barber completely shuts down. I think there are a couple of rogue builds that are completely unusable with the Barber. At least that's what my friend told me. He mains a rogue this season. For barbarians, most of the builds work okay with the Barber. But basically, the Barber shuts down this passive. If you use the Barber, this is pointless, right? So it does break the build somewhat. And I know a lot of folks run Pressure Point and they don't actually run Exposed Vulnerability. And if you run the Barber without Exposed Vulnerability and only with Pressure Point, you basically have a painfully few options to proc Vulnerable, because what is this? Exploit doesn't really work with the Barber as well, right? So the two primary sources of Vulnerable are deactivated when you use the Barber on a Barbarian, right? So yeah. All right, let's get this done. It's just, what is this? Wildlife. Wait, I don't have any of those? How is that possible? What? Okay, I'm gonna need to sort this out later. Just get all the... I don't need any of the elixirs at the moment. Let's do that first, so I have more space. What levels do I have? 75, 75, 74, 79, 80. I guess I could do a 75. Do a 75, maybe I'll take something with armor. Yeah, I do feel they made the Barber a little bit too strong. It's not that I think the Barber is overpowered. I think what I mean to say is relative to the other hearts, especially the other Wrathful hearts, I think the Barber is way overtuned. Or from another perspective, I think the other Wrathful hearts are way undertuned, which kind of makes the Barber the only choice for most players because it just is that much better than everything else, which I think shouldn't be the case for a season mechanic. It's okay for things to be meta, but it's not okay when things are meta by that much. You know, if you get what I mean.
Why are we always the ones who get watch duty?
Ow, ow, ow. So these big dudes, yeah, that's another example of an annoying mob that knocks me down and just keeps me stunned in one spot, even with Unstoppable on. That's another mob that does it a lot. Ooh, I took that by mistake. Oh well, okay, that works, I guess. What's going on right now? Yeah, I'm using the wrong rotation for skills. I'm still not quite used to using a 3.2 second Barber, even though I've been using it for quite a while now. Because my rotation changes. Your rotation has to change if you're using a Barber that's over 3 seconds long. Because my longest vulnerable proc is 3 seconds, so I can't spin for that long. You see, vulnerable drops off and then it explodes, right? Ah, damn, I died. But anyway, Barber, the vulnerable will drop off because it only lasts for 3 seconds, and then the Barber would explode immediately after that. Which, if Barber explodes without Vulnerable on does very little damage. Do I plan on posting videos about other classes? Yeah, I guess for sure. If I do have the time to play more than one class, like in season 1, this season just so happened due to work and stuff, I have so little time to play. So I might not actually be doing videos on other classes this season. But if I get to the point where I had as much time as I did pre-season, where I was able to, you know, get my barbarian to level 100, level another barbarian even, you know, and stuff like that, yeah, definitely, I'll definitely be interested in trying other classes. Maybe if I find that they really fix minion necro, where minion necro at least has some parity with the other necro builds, yeah, definitely would consider playing a necro, because I really like summoner necros. Oh really? You know what? I'm just gonna drag him in here. Come here, come here, come here. This is not good. The Barb rotation is completely off. Oh, you're not the first one to say that. I have like 3 or 4 friends playing Baldur's Gate 3. They're like, oh, you gotta try it. It's phenomenal. And Baldur's Gate 1. I played 1 and 2, and whoa. It's definitely okay. I wouldn't say the game is on my radar. It was a game that would have always been on my radar, maybe 10 years ago. But because, I guess, over the years, I kind of grew out of turn-based combat. Baldur's Gate 3 is turn-based, right? From what I'm watching. I just find turn-based combat... It's not that there's anything wrong with turn-based combat. Okay, I should put it this way. I've come to enjoy a more action-based combat style in my games. It doesn't have to be an ARPG. It can be any game. Right, I've come to enjoy the action style of combat more so than the turn-based style. It's at the point now where I find turn-based combat immersion breaking. I know that there's some genres where turn-based combat is almost required, especially when it comes to strategy and stuff. But yeah, it's just, to me, it lacks the moment-to-moment gameplay feel. The one game I'll definitely be playing when it comes out is Path of Exile 2. 100% I'm playing Path of Exile 2. Wait, I'm not proccing anything. What is going on right now? Am I lagging? I just had to drink all my pots because I couldn't move. I had Unstoppable up. What is going on with this mob? This is just getting really annoying. I'm starting to get triggered. Yeah, I'm just gonna die, right? I'm gonna die. Because I have no pots. Jesus. What are my hopes for the endgame of Diablo 4? Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with this one, and it's probably not going to be a popular opinion. Especially if you are as big of a Diablo fan as I am. It's going to sound really weird, but I kind of wish that Diablo 4 would lean a little bit more into the MMO side of things. Essentially, be a bit closer to what Lost Ark is, minus the whole pay-to-win and homework aspect. If you're familiar with Lost Ark, or if you heard anything about Lost Ark, 2 problems with Lost Ark. So Lost Ark has phenomenal combat. Lost Ark's combat is better than Diablo 4's combat. It's one of the best combat designs I've seen in any ARPG. The way Lost Ark handles combat. Lost Ark has raids. It has solo content. The problem with Lost Ark is, it has so many daily things to do that it feels like you're doing homework every day. It's like I come back from work only to do homework for like 3 hours because I have to finish all the daily quests on like my 6 alts, right? So that's the first problem. The second problem is, of course, pay to win. If Lost Ark didn't have these two problems, I would not have quit Lost Ark. Right? And I kind of hope that Diablo 4 eventually goes into that direction. I would love for Diablo 4 to have raids or at least proper group content. It's not like the way it is right now where, well, yeah, I can group up. There are benefits to grouping up, but there isn't exactly group-specific content that requires a group. I do enjoy group content. I know a lot of folks don't. They don't like the fact that content that requires a group exists. And I completely understand the logic behind that, you know, but I personally really like it. I like raiding. I like group content. It doesn't have to be like 8-player raids, you know. It can be just... Oh, this guy is so annoying. You know, it's just group content, right? Something that requires 4 players, at the very least. I would like to see that in Diablo 4. Because right now, I have a pretty large group of friends that I typically game together with. I would say regularly at least 4 or 5. And we don't play Diablo together. I mean, I've streamed quite a few times and you've never seen me group up with any of my friends. I do have 4 to 5 of them playing Diablo, but we never group up because it's just pointless to group up, right? I mean, obviously from a speed leveling perspective, yes. You definitely should group up in Diablo 4 if you want to gain levels as quickly as possible. But outside of speed leveling, Diablo 4 has no content that is fun and engaging for group play. That's my point of view, and it should. That's what I feel Diablo 4 should have. Yeah, that you. I mean, if I'm understanding your point, right? Yeah, you're right. I think the Barbs, if there was group content, Barbs would be valued because of the buffs they bring. Not exactly a good thing, considering it's a barbarian class and you're turning the Barb into a support class. But it was kind of the same thing for a very long time in Diablo 3, where Z DPS Barbs were taken for Z DPS. I mean, you deal no damage and you're taken just cause, right? So I didn't really like the concept of Z DPS, but I don't mind. Obviously, I main a Paladin in Lost Ark, and Paladins are a support class. I mained a Paladin in World of Warcraft, and main healer, main tank. So I don't mind playing tanks and support classes at all. It just sounds a bit weird to have a barbarian being a support class, right? Like if they launched the Paladin later on in Diablo 4 and they launched group content and the Paladin was a support class or could be allowed to take the support role, I wouldn't mind playing a support Paladin. That's what I'm saying. Just not a barbarian. I don't view barbarians as support classes. No mercy.
There's that. I can break that down.
Okay, so this is the one I wanted to look at. Because this is a 3 out of 4. Right? I don't really care much about the item power because it's not a DPS weapon, but so it has close damage, a low roll, it has a mid-roll strength, it has a mid-roll vulnerable. Is it even good enough to keep? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, it's just so weird. Like if you told me a druid could play a support role, I'd say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It fits within a support druid fits within the archetype of the druid class. A support paladin fits within the archetype of a paladin class. It's not class fantasy breaking, but to have a support barbarian, that's just weird, man. Oh no, resource drain. Oh no, I think I'm going to regret doing picking this one. Is this one of those Hornet plus Ghost ones? Well, by the looks of it, I'm probably only going to be able to get 85 within the time I have to stream today. Wait, what?
My savior.
Oh, you know what else they need to? They need to buff the color saturation and brightness of these malignant orb things. Half the time I miss them because I don't see them. Especially the wrathful ones because they are kind of black in color. I always miss malignant stuff. I'm not even going to bother with the shrine. It's a waste of time. Is it still distorted?
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Was it like kind of an ongoing thing, or it just kind of happened once? All right, I'm going to mute the game sound and tell me whether the distortion goes away, whether I'm trying to isolate whether it's the game sound that's distorting or it's my mic or it's everything. So is my mic working okay? Ah, it's the game sound. Okay. Let me try something different here. Okay, let me know if the sound is still distorted.
My savior!
Okay, yeah. So it was a source issue in Streamlabs. So this hasn't happened on live on stream before, but it has happened to me whilst I was recording something. Yeah, I just changed the source. So normally how I have it set up is I have Streamlabs record the sound directly from the game window, Diablo 4 window. And that's the one that seems to bug out. Right now I have it just routed through my desktop audio. The downside about having it routed this way is if I happen to play a file in the background, if I'm play music or if I play a video, obviously that would stream that audio would stream through as well. So the only way to not do that, at least the only way I know of to not do that, is to stream the game audio directly from the game window itself, which is why I had it set up that way. But if this works fine for this stream, then I'll just leave it as that. Ooh, oh, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead. Chain stun, wow. Very nice. Oh, that kind of got hairy right there. KFC collab as for Diablo 4? There's a KFC collab? I didn't even know there was one. Is it like an official event? Oh gosh. The hitbox is so big on those mobs. What? Okay, maybe that might be an EU thing. Yeah, I have not heard of that. At least where I'm from in Singapore. No, I have not heard of KFC collab. Oh, that's funny. Wait. Oh, it's an okay. So this is an Avenger sigil. Didn't know it was Avenger. Like, is it just get a purely random cosmetic, or is it like a random KFC kind of themed? Also, it's a KFC themed thing. Wow. And that might be a EU only thing then, because I haven't heard any of this in Singapore. Yeah, this is not a good mob type for me, man. What's my bags doing? Got 2 items. Right. Okay, so it's not themed. It just gives you kind of a random cosmetic. Okay. Hey man, it's still cool to have a collab with KFC. Oh, okay, forget that. This.
My skill is unmatched. You'll see.
What is with the low rolls, man?
Plenty worth keeping. Good salvage.
Another Skullbreaker. Close. 8% critical strike.
That got most of it.
This is worth keeping. This.
Good price.
Yeah, I mean, like that's one of the problems I have with Diablo 4's cosmetic system, the transmog system. I feel that there are not enough transmogs in Diablo 4. Like, oh, okay, not it's not that they're not enough. I know that this list will grow over time, right? But I think their cosmetics are just not impactful, and I know why they're doing it as well, right? They don't want it to be immersion breaking. A lot of things around Diablo 4, they don't want to risk in breaking the immersion, the color palette, the visibility of ground effects. They're not bright enough. They seem very uh, tuned down, and I think it's because they don't want to break the immersion of this kind of the whole dark environment and ambience of Diablo. But I think they kind of went a bit too far with that. They're a bit too conservative. I mean, look at the shop, right? Let me just show you some of the barbarian ones. It's terrible. It's just terrible, right? Like, look at this. I mean, is it realistic looking? Yeah, it looks like armor, right? It certainly looks like armor, but there's no shiny stuff. And in an ARPG, what stands out the most? Shiny stuff, right? There's nothing. Nothing, you know, they kind of got the general idea when they designed the season loot, right? So seasonal loot, we have the stuff that actually glows, right? So they had the right idea with this. But that's all they have. This is the only gear set, an item that has any sort of glow to it. And I think that they need to do a lot more than just that. You know, weapons, man, they could be selling like hotcakes if they gave us a weapon skin that glowed, right? And that's the one thing Lost Ark got right. The cosmetics in Lost Ark were bloody on point. You know, they were super on point. There were some immersion breaking things, but there were also a lot of nice things. Right, yeah, riding on a rainbow. Yeah, they could do away with the whole rainbow unicorn stuff, right? But I think they're way too conservative with Diablo 4. At the very least, they could give us weapons that are a little more glowy. I don't think it's too immersion breaking if our weapons were glowing, especially the weapons, right? I mean, that's the most, at least for barbarians, that's the most trademark thing because it's so big, right? If the weapon just glowed a little, it would be nice, right? You know, for most classes, the armor, the shoulder pads could glow, the helm could glow, you know, have some sort of cosmetic glow to it. I think that would be a lot nicer than what we have right now. Poison damage, backstabbers, eh. This is trash. Yeah, let me avoid doing the backstabbers for now. Oh, lightning pulse, don't like that. Drifting shade is okay. You know what? Just let me just clear all the lower tier dungeons first. Sake of speed. At least it gives a nice back view. Yeah. I mean, you know the whole female cosmetic thing is like, I don't know if I want to get into it, right? I mean, I'm a guy, right? Obviously. So I just think that even girls playing games would want their female characters to look really good. And I don't see what's the problem with that, with having cosmetics that make female characters look good. I mean, I have cosmetics that make my barbarian look like a freaking Giga Chad, right? So I don't know. It's a little bit too much drama around cosmetics right now for female characters. Okay, let me just pop a random elixir. Okay, this is not so bad. It's green ghosts. Banshees are okay. It's the red ones that are bad. Ooh. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Did not see that one coming in. Oh, I saw it at the last second. Famous last words, right? Green ghosts are okay, and then I get like one shot. No, no, no. Get away from me. Too many stragglers. Waste of my time. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm awake now. How am I doing like... Wait, what is going on? Did I pick a... No, it's suppressor. What is going on right now? I'm like chain running tier 75s and I go into a 69 and I'm getting one shot. It's gotta be the number, right? There aren't even any tough modifiers on this 69 as well. Green ghosts are perfectly fine. Done thousands of them. Look at that. Jesus. I don't remember them hitting this hard. At least not in a tier... I'm stuck. I can't tell if it's a server issue today or it's just bad optimization or it's just me being bad. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just a bad combination of mobs. What is this? Lost Keep? Lost Keep, yeah. I don't know, never had a problem with this one before. Alright, then I'll just take the shrine. It'll be hilarious if I actually fail a tier 69. Oh right, taking this shrine I can't get Fortify up. Completely forgot about that. Should have taken it after I got Fortify up. I seem to be getting, look at that. I seem to be getting a lot more collision issues in this instance than anywhere else. Like I got stuck here. Oh wait, I can repeat that as well. Look at that. Game optimization, man. The one thing Diablo 3 really got right is pathing. Like, the auto path around objects was really good in Diablo 3. Diablo 4 just does a really bad job at pathing. And pathing is especially important if you're a Whirlwind Barbarian. Okay, travel to the Lost Chambers. I assume that's up here. Yeah. Reminds you of the pain of playing a Barb. Yeah, I just remembered, you know what's another really annoying mob type for barbarians? The demon bows, right? The undead bows that just off-screen you from miles away. Like, I've been killed so many times by those demon bows. Like, I'd be just running, there'll be nothing on my screen, and I just die. I just get one shot. So you see how there's like 3 of these big dudes? Yeah, this is like knockdown hell for me because of the bug I was talking about earlier. It's like knockdown hell. Like, they need to fix this bug, I swear. Yeah, they really are. It's so bad, right? They need to cut the range of. They either need to cut the range of the corpse bow, or they need to cut the damage it does. Because, you know, sometimes you enter a room and it randomly just it spawns like 4 of them off screen, and you just run in and you just get sniped, right? I mean, I might be able to eat maybe 1 or 2, but if I eat like 3 at one go, I'm just dead instantly. This happens so many times. It's so annoying. Oh yeah, random meteors, man. Like, I've seen clips of folks dying on hardcore to the meteors, and that's really bad game design. That should not exist in hardcore, if you ask me. I really should get down to farming another barber. This 3.2 second barber is not doing me any favors right now. See that? Vulnerable wears off just before the barber hits. It's like clockwork, right? 3.2 seconds on a 2-second vulnerable, on a 3-second vulnerable. Oh, I missed one. My barb hits hard. I think it's more that the barber kind of multiplies the damage. I'm not sure what kind of damage I'll be doing without the barber per hit. I'm thinking maybe 1.5 million per hit ish at this point. Yeah, I was hitting a lot harder pre-season. I was doing like 4 to 5 million crits per whirlwind hit, right? So the numbers that you're seeing on screen right now, it's if you're familiar with how the barber works, like for 3.2 seconds I deal no damage, it absorbs everything and it explodes, right? So that's the numbers you're seeing right now. So in actual fact, the actual hit damage is a lot lower per hit. If I tried playing on a gamepad, a gamepad as in like a controller, at least you won't have troubles pathfinding. Oh yeah, for sure. I have not, but I have not. I'm quite. My fingers are really bad with controllers. Like it's been a long time since I've played anything on a controller. That said, I have a couple of friends who do use a controller, and they tell me that Diablo plays very well on a controller. So, yeah. So it's like watching me kill this tier 69 boss, and then keeping in mind that in patch 1.1.1, they are increasing boss HP significantly. That just feels bad, man. It feels bad, right? Wait, what now? There was something I could clear? Oh, this must have been one of the things for one of the earlier ones. Okay. What do I actually have to do to complete this? So I need complete 6 out of 8 objectives. I have 4. All right, reach level 100. That's going to get there eventually. Lilith, maybe later on in the season. Kill the world boss 15 times. That's going to take a while because the world boss is so not worth killing. This is a PvP thing, which is never going to happen. For me, at least. I wish I had a 2-second barber, right? So I got overly excited. The first barber I found was a 2.2 second one, and I got overly excited and put it in a ring that really wasn't that good. And I kind of regret that because the next barber I found was 3.2 seconds, and that being the only other barber I have to use it, right? And like I explained earlier, 3.2 seconds is really not ideal for barbarians. You want something under 3 seconds. Even though mathematically you get more damage with a 4-second barber, but in practical gameplay, if you can't can't time your vulnerable well, or you get knocked down and interrupted for some reason, vulnerable is just going to drop off every single time before the barber explodes, and it's really annoying.
How can I help?
Yeah, I'm tempted to go farm for another barber actually, but not today. The goal is at least 85, so I'll get to 85, then maybe tomorrow or something I'll go farm the barber. And sorting through loot is such a chore. Ah, want to buy loot filters already.
You can still use these. I can break that down.
Yeah, so um the few times that I've been in PvP zones, like earlier in the preseason, I would on or at least on Eternal, I would go to PvP zones because there are a lot of elites in PvP zones, and I used to do that quite frequently because I always thought I had the understanding I had of how Diablo 4's PvP system worked was that if I don't flag myself, no one can attack me. That was how I understood Diablo's PvP to be. But then one of my friends explained to me that no, that's not how it works. You need to flag yourself to attack someone else. But once you're flagged, you can attack anyone. Right? And I'm like, wait, so if I don't flag myself, someone else could still attack me? And that was the last time I went into a PvP zone ever. Like, I've got nothing against PvP at all. I just kind of grew out of forced world PvP. After WoW, I kind of grew out of that. Like, it doesn't really appeal to me anymore.
That's a deal.
Okay. Oh, let me go get rid of some of these. Wait, what? Oh. What? Hey, so how long have we been going for? 1 hour and 45 minutes. Oh no. Betrayer's Row. I think I picked the worst possible one, right? Did I just do that? 1 hour 45 minutes. Yeah, I had probably just enough time to hit level 85, then I gotta go. Hornets. Oh, it's gonna be so painful. Oh, get that. Hornets and corpse bows. Nice. It's like the sound that corpse bows make. It's like, oh, when you hear that in the background, you're like, oh no. Second one's there. Cutting it close, man. Clear these guys for the XP. Oh, stockades. Don't like that one either. Yeah, look at that. Look at the ping, man. 200? I'm definitely lagging. This feels bad. It only happens when I turn network crossplay, whatever, cross-network play on. Oh, nothing here? Okay. I don't know if it's showing on screen, but the amount of desync I'm getting right now with Whirlwind because of the lag is so bad. I don't know if it's showing on the stream or not. It's terrible desync. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. At least not when I'm lagging to this extent. Look at that, I'm lagging. Oh no. This is so bad. 300 MS. Broken servers, man. Broken servers. Yeah, rip internet. It's I'm 100% sure it's the particular instance that this server, or the server that this particular instance of the dungeon is created on. You know, it's just that whenever I have cross network play turned on, like from time to time, it'll take me into an instance that has a really bad connection, at least for my location. Because I believe in terms of Blizzard server locations, the closest one to me would be in Japan. And sometimes it doesn't connect to the Japan server, or it connects to a country that isn't quite ideal, for me at least. And that's when things get really bad. %. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off cross-network play. I wanted to do that earlier after the Helltide. I completely forgot about that. Clear my bags and go do that. Then, how much time do I have? Okay, I still have time. We can probably hit 85 today.
Good salvage.
Wait, hold up. Life, close, vulnerable. Not terrible.
That got most of it. Plenty worth keeping.
Critical.
Good salvage. That got most of it. Fight hard, eh? Make the devils pay. It is a deal. My skill is unmatched. You'll see.
All right, just give me a second. A couple of minutes. Gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, we're back. Okay, do I have any more armor notes to put into? Yes, I do. Do we have backstabber? Not doing betrayer's role again. Drifting shade is a little bit annoying. I think we can do this one. Shouldn't be too annoying. Oh wait, I completely forgot to turn off network crossplay again. Oh no. Are my kids back? I think my kids are back. Alright, if my kids are back means I probably have to end the stream. Yeah, my kids are back. Oh no. Okay. Well, they're back early. Earlier than expected. I thought I had at least 25 minutes more. Yeah, oh no, kids. Yeah, it's difficult to stream. Like I can game when my kids are home. That's fine, but it's difficult to stream because you know, three kids and they're just gonna take turns kind of running into the room and asking me to do stuff. So I can't really be streaming and constantly stepping away from the computer. So that's what makes it tough to stream while the kids are home. Works 2 jobs, 5 kids. Is 1 minute for gaming. Oh, why game then? Just give it up. I would give it up if I had. Like, I would give up gaming if I had 5 kids and 2 jobs. What is this chain stun, man? Chain CC. It's like worst possible combination. Old Enchanted, Wave Enchanted, plus... What is that? Drifting Shade. I could have sworn I heard someone knock on my door. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to end the stream after this run, folks. Yeah, we're just maybe 2 runs shy of 85. I think this would be 2 runs. Yeah, I could have gotten that in 25 minutes. Ooh, ow, ow. Oh, I whirlwinded right into that. And of course, they spawn me all the way here. This game needs to figure out their spawn locations, man. Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times actually. Oh no. Don't waste my time with this resplendent chest. And it usually happens like, you know, when you have one of those, you know, because the maps are procedurally generated, right? So when you have one of those maps where the boss room, you kind of have to make a U-turn to get back to the boss room. So the boss room actually is located pretty close to the entrance, and you die on the boss, and it's just, yeah, it spawns you right at the entrance just because in radius it's close to the entrance. I think this is the first time I've played any RPG that has problems with respawn locations. Yeah, Diablo 4 is the first ARPG that I've played that has this problem. Oh, really? Come on now. Wow, okay. I thought they fixed the rupture bug. I guess it's kinda fixed, but still here? Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's not a bug. So another bug that I've been encountering with Rupture, particularly it happens with Rupture, is I'd hit Rupture and it would just execute Rupture for as many charges as I have. So I'd be stuck in one spot just rupturing and rupturing and rupturing. I haven't had that happen in a while, so I thought they fixed it. come on, just let me reply a message, will you? So here's the annoying thing about the days CC effect. My build relies on me using my weapon mastery skills to make my core skills cause vulnerable. And my core skill is obviously Whirlwind. So if for some reason I get interrupted mid-Whirlwind, my Whirlwind no longer procs vulnerable, like so. Right? And Daze has a really, really annoying habit of essentially stopping my Whirlwind midway. Even if it just stops for a split second, right? I lose the vulnerable effect from my Whirlwind. So on this boss, with Drifting Shades, this is possibly the worst combination I could get for my build. Because I'll basically be dealing no damage as long as this guy is standing in here like this. Yeah, it's just this one unique combination that's really bad for my build. Oh wow, that's a lot of loot that I don't have space for. Man, just a little bit shy. I wish I had the time to do one more run. I'll go quickly clear the inventory and then I'll wrap up the stream. Ooh, this is interesting. Might actually keep this one. It's got strength, mid-roll strength, or actually a pretty high roll strength. It has a mid-roll all stats. It has almost a perfect roll vulnerable. Decent core skill damage, which I could actually use if I wanted to go Unbridled Rage. Or I could roll that to crit strike damage, right? That's not too bad, actually. The one thing that they did a good job with, the best change probably, was it was the nerf, but I feel it was a good change. They nerfed the inherent crit damage on swords. That really makes the other weapon types. It allows you to consider the other weapon types without losing too much. That was a good change, in my opinion. Nerfing the implicit crit damage on swords, because it was so strong before that no one you wouldn't consider any other weapon type besides swords. Man, I can't imagine if someone was dyslexic. Like if I had dyslexia and I was trying to sort my loot out in my inventory, that would be so painful to do. Because I already take so long to sort items right now and I don't have dyslexia. Just imagine if someone did. Ouch. to double check.
There's that.
Okay, I think that was a bad decision. I didn't read that fully. That looked like a perfect damage reduction roll. It looked like it had 2 other damage reduction rolls on it. Ah, man. Awful chisel. Ah, what a name. You don't have to be dyslexic to experience pain, yeah. Sorting items is just pain, period, for anyone. Alright, let me go grab the remaining items. Yeah, right. You saw that too. I got to play that back to see whether I actually saw correctly. Just as I clicked it, I noticed that I registered that it was a perfect damage reduction roll. And it might have had 2 other damage reduction rolls on it. Right? So 3 out of 4 pens. And I just, yeah, well, it happens when you're not paying attention.
There's that.
The pens I'm using right now, they're pretty decent, so I'm not too cut up about it. Yeah, so let me just show you my current pens. All right, so these are the ones I'm using right now. So they're pretty decent. So I'm not terribly cut up about it. I mean, the rolls for the damage reductions are kind of low, right? But still usable, for sure. All right. Okay, I'll clear all this up later tonight or something. Okay, folks, I really gotta go. My kids are gonna start storming the room in a second. So, thanks for hanging out, BM. Thanks for hanging out, man. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight for a short while. We'll see. All right, catch you guys later, man.